lot of it is the college versions.
I wrote it down in Spanish because they think we can memory. How are you? Good.
I'll touch base with you tomorrow. Something else. Get in here.
Is this on notes or missing?
Yeah, pretty much. Terry sent me a picture this weekend. Not you, the other.
Oh,
Other Terry. Like, I didn't
I
say
did.
that. You're like, that wasn't meant for you, whatever it was.
I hope it wasn't inappropriate.
They're still trying to figure out if it was one kind of stroke or what caused it. Caused the stroke. Typical airplane, you don't know. They're positive.
It was cancer. Yeah. They started chemo and
I messed up because I went way off path on this password too.
You working on that? Going to the, working on that?
They're
Yeah, and stuff.
hard to listen here to talk to him on the phone. You talk to him on the phone, he's hard to hear.
oh, I know. I saw him at Sukasa too. He's lost a lot of weight.
She's putting up a front, but she's pretty distraught.
But I got to meet his daughter and his oldest son. I've never met them. I know Josh. I grew up with Josh, but
It's a good thing.
he had all of them here for the holidays. Sukasa. That's good. Where I run into most people.
We're done.
Do we join all of them? I thought you were leaving. I was like, it's getting close, Daryl.
Don't let that door hit you in the ass.
I'm here in spirit. Let's see. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm not gonna.
I was gonna say the mic's on, you know.
Okay.
Say whatever you want to.
I just want to log on to board docs. That's all I want to do. See, the trick is. Shit. I don't understand why an underscore is not considered a special character in the password.
Guess somebody would do.
Yeah, true. It's no different than you put in like 111 or space or. I'm less likely to guess somebody did that. Don't go too fast. I wonder if I can get that down.
Seems simple enough.
I thought the clock stopped for a second.
Things like it goes, yeah.
You watch it too much.
Time stops. All right, it is 6 o'clock. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Lynn, will you conduct roll call, please?
Madam Mayor Jacqueline Wells,
Here.
Vice Mayor Darrell Garland,
Here.
Councilmember Derek Elliott,
Here.
Councilmember Tanya Lumen,
Here.
Councilmember Terry Patterson,
Here.
Councilmember Steve Sanger,
Here.
Councilmember Bruce Seawall.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, moving down to the approval of the agenda. Councilmember Sanger.
I move to approve the January 6, 2026 City Council agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the January 6, 2026 City Council agenda as presented. Any discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to the approval of the consent agenda. Councilwoman Lumen.
Move to approve the consent agenda, January 6, 2026, as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the consent agenda of January 6, 2026. Any discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to some public hearings. The first public hearing is the approval of A&D Martinez Management LLC doing business as County 6 Bar and Grill, retail liquor license number 86, request to change its legal name to C6 Enterprises LLC doing business as County 6 Bar and Grill, retail liquor license number 89. We'll open this public hearing. Any discussion? Councilwoman Lumen?
I just had a quick question. Is it why did the liquor license change number?
It's not.
Oh,
It says
86
86
and
and to 89. So is it 86 or 89?
I think it's 80. It's 86. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Just
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
I'm sorry. I didn't even know.
Any other discussion? Okay, well, we'll close that public hearing and move down to public hearing to approve What the Buck LLC doing business as Buck's Sports Grill, retail liquor license number 83, request to transfer location of parked retail liquor license number 83 from 401 West Cedar Street, Carbon County, Rawlins, Wyoming to 1111 Daly Street, Suite 1, Carbon County, Rawlins, Wyoming. We'll open this public hearing. Is there anybody here to speak on this? Okay, then we'll close that public hearing and move down to citizens' participation, which is a time set by Resolution Number 2C, 1996. It sets a time period for public comment of 5 minutes under the agenda of citizens' participation, with the provision that the 5-minute time limit may be increased at the request of a member of the public or any council members, subject to the council vote. Is there anybody here that would like to speak on something not on the agenda? Okay. We will move down to board appointments and presentations. And the first item is to approve resignation to the Carbon County Economic Development Board. Councilmember Singer.
I move to accept Hans Peterson's resignation, as the City of Rawlins representative on the Carbon County Economic Development Board effective January 6, 2026.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to accept Hans Pedersen's resignation to the Carbon County Economic Development Board effective January 6, 2026. Any discussion? Okay, Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas and 1 abstain. The 1 abstain was Councilmember Elliott.
All right, moving down to the appointment of the Carbon County Economic Development Board, Rawlins, City of Rawlins representative. Councilmember Singer.
I move to appoint City of Rawlins Community Development Director Louis Luscano to fill the remaining term on the Carbon County Economic Development Board effective January 6, 2026 and expiring December 31st, 2027.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to appoint City of Rawlins Community Development Director Louis Luscano to fill the remaining term on the Carbon County Economic Development Board effective January 6th and expiring December 31st, 2027. And Lou, did you have anything you'd like to say about that?
Madam Mayor and Honorable Council, I'm looking forward to working with everybody on the board and just see what we can come up with, so I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. All
Thank you.
right. Any other discussion? Then will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to the presentation, the Union Wireless update to the council. And I'll let you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves.
So I'm Megan James. I'm the marketing manager. I created the slides. I don't usually do presentations, so I apologize. I'm going to be in this mess. But just to let you guys know kind of where we're at, and we have big updates for the Carbon County area. So if you'll progress through the slides for me, I appreciate it. Just a reintroduction to us. We're a Wyoming-based company out of Mountain View, Wyoming. We've been around since 1914. Myself, I've supervised and managed the store here. Unfortunately, we had to close it, but we're still in the area, and we're doing a lot for the community. So, and even in 2025, we were named Forbes Best in State Company. We were one of 5 out of Wyoming, which is really cool, national recognition there. So go ahead. And just to remind everybody, economic impacts to choosing a local company like Union. For every $100 that is spent, $70 to $80 stays within the community. Whereas if you're spending your money with a bigger community or a bigger company, it's going to leave the area. And so investing in Union invests in our community. So go ahead, keep moving. So your network. So this is the important one. I'm going to sit down. The Carbon County launch just happened. That adds almost 8,000 square miles to our network. It's our updated network, and so it's better data, better voice, national coverage with 3 carriers. We increased our customer enhancement, so we have like a live web chat. We never offered that before. You can text us at our 800 number. You can call 24/7. And it's a local support team. So if you call in, you're going to get somebody that's just in Saratoga or in Mountain View or local. It's not going elsewhere. And then we've had local events. We're going to be having some more. So we did a grocery store event where we did food drives, coffee shop visits. We're going to expand that. And we went to the Festival of Trees. We're looking to do more and reintroduce ourselves to the community now that we've been updated with the network. We've got some great deals. Refer friends is worth $100, $50 to you, and $50 to the new customer. Bill Busters allows us to review a bill, and we can compare our rates to other customers. So it's a great way, or other carriers. So it's a great way to just have a conversation with us where we can see if we can beat the bill, what you're paying with somebody else. You know, and in Rawlins, we don't have like our home network, but in Saratoga we do, and it was one of the first communities where fiber was actually brought into the Wyoming community. I think it was the 2nd community in the state of Wyoming. And then we have a competitive upgrade and save that's worth $800 towards a new device. most other carriers will say, well, here's your free device. We're not gonna limit you to a certain device. You can choose your device with us. And of course, BYOD, you can always bring your device to us. And that's the basic spiel. So just to remind you guys, like, we're here, we care. Obviously, I care, I get emotional, but you know, I mean, we've gone through a lot to get the Carbon County area. That's a huge network upgrade for us. And, you know, I drive, you know, to Mountain View about 4 times a month. And I would hit where we had already upgraded, like Sublet and Uinta. I'm like, oh my gosh, the network's gonna be amazing. And it's so awesome to experience it here. So just to remind you, we are competitive. We care about the local community. Your money stays here. We have employees here. I've worked for Union myself 17 years as of this month. So don't forget about us. We have a local account executive here. I'll have her get in touch with the town and see if there's anything we could do there to partner as well. Any questions from you guys?
Councilwoman Lehman?
You said you had a store here and now you don't?
Yeah.
What would it take to bring the store back?
Just a little bit more time. I think we own the building still, and so I think that'll be one of the first ones that we bring back. And the community wants it, and I think we're even gonna introduce it maybe with pop-up stores and start to bring it back, because I mean, that's our bread and butter, is really taking time with our customers, and so it is nice to have the storefront here.
Yeah.
It is in the plans, Tanya. Thank you for asking.
Any other questions? Well, thank you so much. for
Awesome.
coming to
Thank you,
us.
guys. Appreciate it.
All right, moving down to reports and information. We have a DDA and health report. I thought I saw her back there.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. Happy New Year. I do want to say that the Woody family is an amazing Wyoming family, and this lady herself is a Leadership Carbon County graduate. I think in year number 2. Like, she was with us from the beginning, and so she's done our Leadership Carbon County program, and so it's just like that whole full circle, and that building is a beautiful, I mean, that was a Carbon County EDC project, it was a business committed through the Business Council. And there's a lot of things that this council may not know that they are committed. I've worked with the Woodies on different things, but that she has really 17 years done the program, been in here. That building was actually done on a business committed, was money for the EDC. So it was just, you know, all that whole circle. So I just kind of wanted to say that. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, okay, Madam Mayor, may I come forward?
Absolutely. Thank you, Pam.
Okay, lots going on. Big news, we're always tracking our marketing for the community, for the downtown, and super pleased to announce that as of December 31st, 2025, we had a 30% increase in our views on our Facebook page. We are at 650,000 views. I was trying to hit this year at least 500,000, and we exceeded that by 150,000. So 30% increase on, and that is just really spreading the word, getting things out, letting people know what's going on. So couple things, lots of things going on. We're kicking off the year really crazy. Just the Ferguson, just a little update, the feasibility, wow. Feasibility study. It's been a long day with a lot of talking. Came back and the board took about 2 hours in December, really running the numbers are we doing apartments? Are we doing condos? Are we doing a hotel? We are haven't made any decisions. We're actually trying to we felt like some of the per square footage was a little high, so we're going back out to some local contractors, just request for information, just so we can bring a stronger proposal to you guys, but that still is the plan, so kind of want to update you on that. The YO Bar, we should be going in front of the Wyoming Community Development Authority this month to find out if we get that $500,000 grant. In December, we had a lot going on. We had a building sale on Buffalo Street. Sherrod France sold his 2 buildings on Buffalo between 4th and 5th. That is Wyoming Professional Oxygen Supply. They're staying, but that building, and then where Pam Bailey Frost was, which was Wyoming Women, was now sold to Katie Adams, and they're in there working hard, and they Wyoming's Mobility Center of Wyoming is moving downtown. So, new building purchase, working on, she's already applied for the paint program, she's painting the front, she's putting awnings on, she's already jumping right into things. We also have a new business, Kai's Camos, moved downtown, and they're right here, right beside City Hall, and she works for Weed and Pest full-time, Kylie Kavakovich, and has a fun new store, so we'll have all those new businesses. Lots of events, like January is pretty quiet for us, but we have 4 events that we are assisting with the Business Assistance Program. So the first one is Ladies Night. It's a monthly, and it's usually the second Thursday of the month. So that's in 2 nights. And then we have a new event with, as you can see, 20 plus businesses, not all downtown, but there are, that one doesn't have, that's why you have all the businesses that I gave you. We have a lot of businesses. You see YDOT's coming, Wyoming Workforce is coming. We've got a little, but it's about a new year, new you, but it's not about just working out. It's about, do you want to plan for a new home? Do you want to plan for a vacation? And so this is one or two businesses in the downtown decided they wanted to do this, and they forged full speed ahead, and it's going to be a nice event this coming Saturday from 10 to 2. And then next Saturday, this is Katie Adams, which is Wyoming Mobility Center. She is one of the main sponsors of this, and there's a lot of downtown businesses and other businesses. It'll be held at Washington Park, Depot Park, the Depot, in businesses, and that's the Rawlins Winter Games. And so stay tuned. She was hoping to have
Snow.
Snow. Steve's working on that for us. Snow. He has an idea. Snow. We have 2 weeks. Snow. And we thought we'd have a full schedule of what time everything was, but she's waiting for people to get back to her. That's when you have a collaborative event. I was hoping to hand you guys the full schedule. She was happy to hand it to me this morning. She didn't tonight. So, and then the 4th event that is going to be happening in January is Whiskey and Wisdom, and that's a men's night, and that will be at the Blake House with the Great Divide, and that is January 22nd. Don't have a poster on that one yet. So, and then the last thing is, this is our 35th year as an organization. October 19th, 1991 was when the City Council actually approved the organization as a municipal authority of city government. And so we're going to have a little pre-kickoff on March 19th, Thursday, March 19th. Put it on your calendar. You'll get a formal invitation. But we are going to start getting some stories, pictures, but we are going to have at 5 p.m. Thursday night, the 19th of March, starting kickoff with a big celebration, of course, October 19th. So please put that on your calendar. Any questions? Oh, I do have one more thing. We are leaving the red and green up just a little longer because some people don't say Christmas, or, depending on how you look at it, it's not quite over. And then we'll be flipping out for red and pink for Valentine's Day because we love Rawlins. So. Any questions? Lots going on.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Thank you guys for all your support. And thank you, by the way, I am very appreciative of you guys taking care of the city employees. Thank you.
All right, moving down to city manager report and staff reports. Okay.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Everyone's getting off to a good start, I think, in January. I think we're kind of tried to have a lot of meetings with the partners, actually, this week. Yesterday, we met with the county commissioners. I had the mayor, myself, and Councilmember Sanger and Lumen. And I thought that was very productive. We're going to try and continue that going each month. It's just a way for us to touch base with our commissioner friends, and the county clerk usually sits in on that as well. So that's nice. The other meeting we had today with partners is we invited our local legislators, all three of them, and that's why I kind of gave Pam a tip of the hat. She's been really busy today, attending a lot of meetings and filling us all in about the legislative discussions and what to expect for the budget session. But of course, Representative Davis, and Senator Hicks were there, along with myself, the mayor, and Councilmember Patterson, and Vice Mayor Gardner. Sorry. And so what we did do with those folks is got some feedback from them on what to expect, I think, from the legislative session, and then we shared with them some of the priorities, the WAM priorities that we have. And if you'd like, I know the mayor has seen this for 2 or 3 times now, so but be happy to pass these out for you. Let's take a look. It's just a little list of the association's priorities and stuff that really kind of can impact City of Rawlins, of course, with some of the finances, with the direct distribution. There's some budget discussion points, some gaming, a couple bills with studies for water, wastewater. And we had a very good discussion with the legislators about updates where we're at with our water and our water project planning and activities. And so I think that was hoping to lay some good groundwork for the future discussions for those folks when we need to move forward with those projects. With the help of our public information officer and her lining me out, we've kind of started doing a minute with the manager, which you may have seen in some of the publications, but we're also trying to make sure and put that out in the city bills once a month to just reiterate some updates that people might miss, trying to get them to know a little bit more about kind of some of their local government side of things, and of course a little bit about me. The couple other points I just wanted to bring up as we're going forward. Our finance director and I are going to meet tomorrow, and one of the things we're going to go over is start setting up our timelines, which Laura had presented, I think, last month, as far as what the budget meetings are going to start to look like, and really it's, from our perspective, starting to meet with department heads and getting some of those initial discussions going this month and next. Kind of intertwined with that, the Appropriations Committee is meeting all this week with the legislature, and so that's, if you're like me and kind of a bit of an addict when it comes to looking at those things, it is telecast, and they're actually, what they are doing now is they're calling point up, or where they'll adjust whatever the governor's recommendations are and work bills going forward on what they're going to vote on for the budget for the legislative session. And they're going to tie that off at the end of the week, Friday morning. They're going to have the Craig report. Then that's the Consensus Revenue Estimating Group presentation, which is something I'll be paying attention to, as that does impact some of what we look forward as far as our revenues. The only other couple items I had is we're going to continue with our town meetings, meeting with some of our other partners, and we have a joint water meeting with the town of Sinclair, and that's Wednesday the 21st at 5 p.m. It's the town of Sinclair's turn, so they'll host, and it'll be at their town hall located at 300 Lincoln Avenue upstairs. And our city clerk would like to see if she could get a quick head count, even though it's a couple of weeks out, but from the, okay, I see 2 hands, 3.
What was the date?
It's the January 21st, Wednesday at 5 p.m. in Sinclair.
I don't think
Great.
You're going to go. Councilmember Elliott.
All right, appreciate it. Then lastly, just the city facilities and office closures upcoming, except for the Rawlins Rec Center, will be the rest will be closed Monday, January 19th, 2026, in observance of Martin Luther King Day, with police and fire remaining open to serve the community. The Rawlins landfill will be reopening on Tuesday, January 20th at its regular time. And those are my updates, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Moving down to city attorney report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Honorable Council. I actually don't have anything exciting to report, which is exciting in itself. And I will pass the mic unless there are any questions.
All right, city council updates. Let's start with Councilmember Elliott. Go ahead.
I have 4 things that I spoke with people on my side of the community. So I believe we're going to have a work session about the Lawrence property and possibly turning it into an RV parking spot. Water rates, that's a big deal that people are still talking about. Maybe possibly later on we could talk about maybe one person brought up reducing the water rates by 40%, then gradually increasing as needed by 5%. Also, reduce senior citizens' water bills and protect them from their waters being shut off. Is there a program currently that the water's not being shut off for senior citizens? Or
There's public assistance programs, but like the Salvation Army that can help them with one time for the year.
okay.
That's the only one I'm aware of. Myra, do you know of any others?
I do not know of anything specifically for water, except for Salvation Army, yeah.
Another one that came up is the quality of life. So I've heard this like 3 times over the last couple of weeks that Rawlins had a bowling alley and pool hall, and people would have teams. I never was in the bowling alley, but people would have teams and then they'd compete against each other, and I guess it was a great community thing for people. So somebody asked if the city could purchase or lease the bowling alley and open it up so people could get enjoyment out of that. And has the DDA reached out to established companies to bring Rawlins a furniture store, sporting goods store where they sell guns, rifles, and ammunition?
Pam, did you want to comment on that?
Honorable Mayor and Council, Mr. Elliott, yes, we have worked with different companies, still negotiating. I actually met with a company this morning on sporting goods. So we are diligently working with the property owners and some of those niche businesses.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, was that it?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Councilmember Seeloff.
I'm just curious, are we working on our catch basins out south? Did we get everything approved so we can go forward with that this winter? Because we do actually have a nice winter to work on it. If we don't have any snow, and we might need the extra water this spring. We were supposed to be coming into this winter with doing some work on all of our catch basins out there. Is that work in progress, or where are we at on all that?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Honorable Council. Councilmember Seeloff, I believe you're talking about the Springbox rehabilitation. So that right now is in design process. We should have the designs for Springboxes this coming summer. Now, after that, we will have to go out for grant funds to actually do the construction work. We do not have funding at this time for our Springbox rehabilitation project, but the engineering will be done this spring.
Okay. Do we have any snow out there?
It comes and goes. It's very scary.
Yeah, this side's really scary over here.
Yeah.
Real scary.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Is the, now with the new SCADA system, have you guys, not that you can do it well without more instrumentation, how did the trends look? Are we, even with the low snow that we've had, the little snow we've had, or zero snow, our rates and everything seem to be holding pretty strong? Are we firing up a secondary system at all to accommodate? No?
No, our spring system is keeping up very well with what's going on right now currently. We are just really worried about this next summer, is water department's big worry. But I think we're gonna have a wet spring, so I think it's just gonna be hard on our streets department for a few months. So.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Councilmember Patterson.
Not for you, Cody. You're good.
Thank you, Cody.
I was just wondering, late last year, August, September, we talked about real estate the city owns. We were supposed to get a list of 5 priority properties.
That's a Lou.
It's a little question.
Madam Mayor, Honorable Council, we do have the list. I think we need to have some type of workshop with council to see which ones that council would like to move on. We did get a appraisal on the come and go, but that's as far as it went. So I think a work session with council, and then at that point, we could pick out, the council could pick out which properties they would be looking at, and then we could move forward on them.
Yeah.
We could add that to our list of upcoming work sessions.
I will make a note of that, because that's something that I'll need to be brought up to speed on as well.
Yeah, you weren't here for
I
that,
know,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Any others? Great. Moving down, we don't have any unfinished business, so we'll move down to new business. And the first thing is to approve our 2025 financial audit. Councilmember Patterson.
Move to accept the fiscal year 2025 financial audit report as presented by Carver, Floric, and James CPAs.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to accept our fiscal year 2025 financial audit report as presented by Carver, Floric, and James CPAs. And I will pass it over to you first.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, Honorable Council. I would actually just like to turn this over now to our auditor, Mr. Jason Lund with Carver, Floric, and James, who will fill you in on some of the finer details of this audit report.
Thank you, Laura.
Thanks, Laura. Madam Mayor, Council, it's good to be with you this evening. We've concluded the financial statement audit for the year ended June 30th, 2025. If you turn to page 5 of the PDF file, so what I'll do is, if it's okay, this might take about 10 minutes. My grandpa taught me that I was supposed to tell people the time and not how to build a watch, and he was really adamant about that. So I'm hoping that this is just telling you the time, not how to build the watch, because it's a big document, 56 pages. There's a lot of work that goes into this. We have here our opinion over these financial statements. Our opinion is that these financial statements present fairly, in all material respects, the accounting position or the financial position of the city, in accordance with accounting rules generally accepted in America. And so, to form that opinion, we did a lot of work. We walked through, we confirmed cash balances with your financial institutions. We send them letters, they send us letters back. It's really nice, and they tell us the balances, they tell us who signers are. the pledging amounts, that kind of a thing. And we match that up against the bank reconciliations that were performed here at the city. We walk through and we look at capital assets. We test all the asset additions, or a lot of the asset additions rather. We test accounts receivable, look at that. You got accounts receivable, you got leases receivable, and we look at all the other liabilities, your accounts payable. We do searches for unrecorded liabilities. We send letters to SLIB and the Water Development Council, or the Water Development Department here in Wyoming, and ask them what your loan balances are. We match that up against your financial statements. Revenues, you can look at YOPEN, or YOPEN, and look at the money that's been passed to the city from the state. Also, we get letters from the county about all the revenues that you've received, and we perform other procedures over revenues. I could probably keep going. We look at expenses. We really we dive deep into expenses, looking at the transaction detail there, making sure everything looks properly approved, authorized, and up to snuff in that regard. And so a lot of work that goes into this, and that's what that opinion is, really the culmination of all that work that my team of professionals and myself have performed. And so pleased to have a good opinion over the financial statements. The next thing I'd like to talk about is our other report in this, and that's found back on page 51 of the PDF file. So this report here, the title is a mouthful, but anytime, I'm not going to read it, but anytime we perform an audit in accordance with government auditing standards, we're required to gain an understanding of the internal control structure here at the city. And then to the extent that as we plan and perform our audit and we consider those internal controls, to the extent that we identify any significant deficiencies or material weaknesses, we're required to report that here. We do have 4 significant deficiencies to discuss and 1 matter of non-compliance to discuss. And so we'll go ahead and do that. Flip a couple pages further onto page 53 of the PDF file. So on page 53, the first finding that we have to report, it's entitled segregation of duties. So this was a repeat from last year. Anytime, and we have, we audit a lot of cities and counties and school districts, and counties don't normally have this problem. School districts, cities, towns have this problem where there's just not that many administrative staff to properly segregate duties and have enough checks and balances. So we didn't find anything that was necessarily a problem here, but when we bring up this finding, we're really emphasizing to you as Madam Mayor and the council to remember your role for financial oversight, okay? Look at those bills that are being approved and, be professionally skeptical. This is the same talk that I give my professionals that work for me, is I tell them, be professionally skeptical, trust yourself, look into things and ask questions. And if you feel like you're getting pushed around, don't be afraid to push back a little, appropriately so, right? And ask questions. And so do that kind of thing as you continue your financial oversight, and that's my admonition for all of you. Go ahead.
On that specific thing, was that a point in time on June 30th, the amount of staff we had at that time? Because we didn't have the finance director in place.
Correct.
Okay.
That's correct. And so, we're going to reevaluate that.
Yeah.
During this time period, June 30th, 2025 is the last day of our, of the fiscal year, to July 1st of 2024. Certainly with Mr. Sarvey and the role that he was playing, he was wearing a lot of hats, I think, around here, is how we understood it. So, all right. Any more questions on that before we move on to number 2? Okay. Number 2, this is a misclassification of revenue. So what we found is that there was an interfund transfer account that contained revenue that came from the splash pad fundraiser that was going on, and then there was something to do with some tree sales as well, is what comprised this $123,000 that was pegged to a transfer account. And so we've just suggested, hey, take a closer look at the transfer accounts, making sure that those really are transfers between funds rather than revenue, which is money that comes from outside of the city. And so that's the essence of that finding there. Any questions about that before we move on to number 3? Okay. Number 3, bank signers. So we found instance where 2 former employees, they're not named in here, but they're on the Bank of West confirmation letter. We had them send us a listing of signers back, and I believe Sherry and Jody, who were former employees, they were listed on there.
The Bank of West? Or
Bank of West.
Commerce?
Bank of West. Yeah.
We still have money there? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Madam Mayor, that is actually a CD that was donated to the city in 2021. And then we couldn't find the bank signers at the time that they were transitioning over to myself and City Manager Hall. And so that's what it is.
Thank you.
So, a reminder to take care of that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We'll move on to number 4. Missing board approval on selected expenditures. So we look at quite a number of expenditures, and part of it is we look at the invoices, we look at the purchase orders, we look at just that overall, and then we go ahead and we look to see that there's approval by the council on these expenditures. And so there were 3 transactions that we found that were not on the approved listing, and yeah, so a reminder for management and so forth to make sure that's all getting in there. It's comprehensive. We see this finding from time to time where it looks like there was some sort of oversight there in getting you the information that you should be approving. Any other questions on that before we move on to number 5? Okay. Number 5. We had this finding last year, and it was a little bit of a bigger problem last year, a bigger gap there in how much so this is entitled Insufficient Insurance and Collateralization of City Deposits. So you should have between the FDIC insurance, then anything in excess of that, the bank should have pledged securities so that in the event, not that we think it's going to happen, but in the event that the bank was to go under, those securities that are pledged to the city are then the city's assets. And so we found under pledging of approximately $434,000. Now, mind you, we'll look at the numbers here in a minute, and it's not a tremendous amount of under pledging, but we pointed out we do think that progress has been made compared to the year before when we pointed this out, and the bank is taking action, it looks like, to remedy this. And so a continued reminder to make sure that this is taken care of, because that's state statute, that those should be pledged and you should have it fully collateralized.
Was it, I don't want to know the name, but was it one specific bank or both?
It was. Yeah, it was one specific bank. So, and again, I do believe that progress was made on that compared to the year before. Unfortunately, as auditors, I think, here we are at the end of this, had pointed out these 5 things that we found during our audit. As auditors, I don't know, I think I might get kicked out of the CPA profession or something if we went around and gave gold stars. But here's your gold star, okay? Here's your gold star. I don't put it in writing, but I would say that we really appreciate, Matt, Laura, Beverly. I don't see her here, but really appreciate the help and cooperation that we receive. Our firm, we spend hundreds of hours, okay? Our professional spends hundreds of hours pouring through the financial statements, the information, looking for problems. These are the problems that we found. I would say my temperature isn't hot when it comes to what we found. I think that, these are just good recommendations where improvement can be made. But to be sitting here, we met the deadline of December 31st, okay? And to do that, considering the challenges that were faced with the departure of Mr. Sarvey, I'm impressed, Okay, like that's impressive to be on track like this, and a lot of credit goes to, honestly, to Beverly and also to Laura
Yeah.
and Matt. But Beverly, I was impressed, and so again, I'm not sure that I can give out gold stars, but that's about as close as I can get. Okay.
We did give her a gold star award.
Nice.
Because she's very well deserving of it. But.
Yeah, that's great. So that being said, that's the first part of my presentation. I'd like to talk about the numbers for just a minute longer, but I hate to go further than that. Okay. So the next thing let's do then is let's turn to page 9 of the PDF file. All right, so governmental financial statements, they're an interesting beast. We have within this report, we have a few different bases of accounting being presented. The basis of accounting that we're looking at here on the statement of net position is a full accrual basis of accounting. We're going to look, as we go further down, we will see that the governmental funds are presented on a modified accrual basis of accounting. So, and there's reconciliations between the two of them that's found right here in the report. This is all as prescribed by the GASB, or the Governmental Accounting Standards Board. And so we're not making this up. We simply are rule followers here, and that's what we're doing is following how they want us to present this. This is presented not in comparative format. We're not allowed to do that per se, but I did compare this compared to last year. And you can see there cash and cash equivalents at nearly 42 million, investments at $7.5 million. This is an increase compared to last year of in total about $6 million. And then as we kind of scroll down a little bit into the liability section, the liabilities, there was a decrease as well in the liabilities. And the decrease in the liability was primarily driven by a decrease in the net pension liability, big non-cash item that you're required to report here on the statement of net position. And so overall, looking sharp with the total net position there of $96 million between the governmental activities and the business type activities. We're going to move on to the following page. This following page, the statement of activities, it's like your profit and loss statement. This is expressed on a full accrual basis of accounting. And you can see overall the change in net position right there, kind of at the bottom of the page there. It says for the governmental activities column, there's a positive increase of $3.5 million, and business activities had a positive increase of 2.5 for a total of $6.1 million increase there. So positive results on a full accrual basis of accounting. Okay, we're going to move on to the following page. This is the governmental funds financial statement. Only showing the governmental funds, and this is not showing the long-term assets nor the long-term liabilities like we looked at previously. So we take out the long-term assets, long-term liabilities, we're left with this here. And you can kind of see, hey, cash and cash equivalents, that would match up with the page previous. And then overall liabilities being low. And then we have the lease receivable of $1.7 million and the deferred inflows related to leases as well that nearly match that. The leases receivable is comprised of your agreement with Verizon, with Union that was here earlier, and then with Come and Go as well. And so that's primarily what that is. We go through and test that. Capital facilities, tax is the other fund, and then you've got your non-major funds there. Let's go on. The following page is this reconciliation between the two bases of accounting. I won't bore you with that. The following page, on page 13 of the PDF file here, this is the income statement for the governmental funds, showing the revenues, the expenses. As we compare this to last year, the general fund, overall, there's a decrease of revenues where it went from $14 million down to $13.851 million in the general fund, so a decrease of revenue there. And expenses increased from $10.9 million the year before up to $13.1 million. There's a variety of capital assets that were purchased, and they are inside of that. And you can see that in the capital outlay section there. Again, because it's a different basis of accounting, that's why they're not being capitalized. So fun in accounting there. The next thing, let's skip to the next page. That's a reconciliation between those two bases of accounting for the income statement. And let's go to page 15. These are the proprietary funds. So you can see the water, sewer, landfill, recycling fund, and then your internal service fund for health insurance listed there. And now what's fun about this is that we have all the long-term assets and long-term liabilities presented here. Those conceptually proprietary funds are supposed to be business-type activities where they're supposed to stand on their own and really not receive the tax money and tax funding is what they're intended to do there. So you can kind of look over that. Let's go on to the following page. On the following page, this is the income statement. So for operating revenues, we'll talk about that just for a moment. Water fund operating revenues, there was an increase in operating revenues there from about $3 million up to $4.2 million. And expenses, there was a little bit of a decrease there to expenses compared to the year before, going from $2.9 million down to this $2.7 million that you can see in the first column there for operating revenues. The sewer fund, we see an increase of revenue going from $1 million up to $1.7 million. And then the expenses, there was an increase in expenses going from $929,000 up to $973,000. And then for the landfill and recycling, the revenues and expenses were pretty comparable, pretty consistent compared to the year before. And so, with that being said, the last thing maybe to look at is the following page is your statement of cash flows. This shows that the top section is your direct method for the statement of cash flows, and then down below is it reconciliation, kind of like an indirect method, just reconciling the operating activities and how the cash changed there related to the balance sheet accounts. And you can see overall the increase in cash for all of those funds, nice increase there. With that being said, there is a lot more pages to this report, but I think that I'll rest my case, so to speak. I'm not a lawyer, but again, appreciate the help and cooperation that we received. Happy to be here, presenting this after having submitted it to the Department of Audit on time. And if there's any questions or comments, I'd be happy to discuss further.
Any further questions? I do want to thank you because I know it's been a huge team effort to get this done. I know Pam and Mike kind of started this when Mom left it, but I want to thank everybody involved, and it's amazing that we pulled it off. I mean you guys. Thank you for that, because we've had years in the past that didn't go as smoothly as this. So
yeah, I was impressed with the hiccup. I just assumed that it was going to be late, and they were on it, and they got us the information we needed, and our team worked really hard, and boy, couldn't be more pleased with that. And there's some recommendations in there for some improvement, and we'll and so it goes. So
thank you. All right. If there's no further discussion, Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to approve the A&D Martinez Management LLC doing business as County 6 Bar and Grill retail liquor license number 86, right? It still says 89.
Oh,
so
I fixed it. You can refresh.
Oh, refresh. Okay. Everybody refresh real quick. And then when that's happened, can I hear a motion?
I'm sorry. I thought I checked everything.
No, that's fine.
still reads 89, doesn't it?
Mine says 80. Oh, it has both in this still, Lynn.
Okay, hold on.
Yours does it?
36.
In this,
So the one on the right is 86, but the one in the motion says
in the motion.
89.
Which one is it supposed to read?
It's supposed to be 86. We'll
Okay,
probably
I just refreshed mine and it has 86.
Okay.
Both times?
Everybody refresh again.
We're all going to be good and refreshed.
Yeah. And then I saw Vice Mayor had his hand up, so when he is ready, I will defer to him for the motion. Oh, it still says 89 on it.
I'm just gonna say 86 when I read it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know, mine says 86, I refreshed.
There is a side note down here at the bottom, it's got both.
Mine says 86. Mine's good.
Oh, weird.
Side over there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Council, Vice Mayor.
I move to approve A&D Martinez Management LLC doing business as County 6 Bar and Grill retail liquor license number 86. Request to change its legal name to C6 Enterprises LLC doing business as County 6 Bar and Grill retail liquor license number 86 located at 609 Locust Street, Rawlins, Wyoming, effective January 6, 2026.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve A&D Martinez LLC doing business as County 6 Bar and Grill retail liquor license number 86 to request the change to its legal name C6 Enterprises LLC doing business as County 6 Bar and Grill retail liquor license number 86. Any discussion? Lynn, when you're ready, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed and motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to approve What the Buck. Councilwoman Lumen.
Move to approve the request from What the Buck LLC DBA Buck Sports Grill to transfer location of parked retail liquor license number 83. The liquor license will be transferred from 401 West Cedar Street, Carbon County, Rawlins, Wyoming, where it is currently parked, to 1111 Daly Street, Suite 1, Carbon County, Rawlins, Wyoming, effective January 7th, 2026, and no longer than November 19th, 2026.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Councilmember Sanger seconds. All right, the motion's been made to approve the request from What the Buck LLC to Buck Sport Grill to transfer the location of the parked retail liquor license number 83. It'll be transferred to 401 West Cedar, Carbon County, Rawlins, Wyoming, where it's currently parked to 10111 Daly Street, Suite 1. Any discussion?
So is it still going to be parked?
Yes.
Okay.
Councilmember Sanger.
Is there any, Panita, is there any requirement by law where that license can and cannot be parked?
Madam Mayor, Honorable Council, Councilor Sanger, Lynn has been working closely with the Liquor Division, and we have also, and I have worked closely with them as well. It is permissible for them to park it where there is where there's an existing liquor license. Is that kind of the gist of your question?
No. Is there a requirement for them to park it in a specific place? Do they have to park it with an attorney or with a bank? Or can they park it where there's already an existing liquor license? They can park it wherever they want.
It's not as simple as wherever they want. There are parameters that they need to meet, and this current application does meet the parameters. It has been confirmed by the Liquor Division that this is an acceptable placement.
Okay.
And in regard to the location, if you look at the lease, it's a small location. There's not a lot of inventory. That's really what this is covering. And it is also a legally compliant, a lawful premises that is zoned to allow liquor licenses. It's also because it's their sale of liquor. There's other requirements that they need to meet with food safety and some of those other types of requirements. And this checks all the boxes.
Councilmember Singh?
So it's specifically his alcohol, if he has any left, is isolated from the other alcohol in that building.
That is correct.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Lynn, when you're ready, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to an executive session. Councilwoman Lewin.
Moving to enter into executive session at 6:59 PM per Wyoming Statute 16-4-405A 9 and 2 to consider or receive any information classified as confidential by law, to consider the appointment, employment, right to practice, or dismissal of a public officer, professional person, or employee, or to hear complaints or charges brought against an employee, professional person, or officer, unless the employee, professional person, or officer requests a public hearing. The governing body may exclude from any public or private hearing during the examination of a witness any or all other witnesses in the matter being investigated. Following the hearing or executive session, the governing body may deliberate on its decision in executive session.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to go into executive session at 6:59 PM. Any discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's fine. Let's just move it out of the way and then move back. It works. It was good. It was
Go ahead and take it. No, you gotta say something. If you don't
Can't remember my password. We changed it before the holidays.
Password for what?
And they're pretty easy to dig a hold of. Yeah.
Password for his computer. Your computer?
Just mine. How do I verify it's me when I call?
They'll ask you for your first.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
They'll ask you a couple questions.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
I'm like not ready to. Lynn, do you need anything from me? I think you have everything.
As long as-
The other date was the 22nd. It's not posted.
Okay.
The expenditures that we're not doing.
So it's in, so. Yeah, it's.
Then I go on.
No, it's actually empty. If you go to that, do the report, I'll go back and look tomorrow. I instructed already about that.
What expenditures do councils have to approve? If it's already in the budget, it's approved.
Right, so I'll go back. Yeah.
I thought that was asked for expenditure. It's gotta be out of.
Well,
it's
or
gotta be
it went
out
to
of
the wrong
budget.
account, because I was asking her like, for
True.
sick.
That.
Well, so what happened, I asked about that splash pad, so I turned in that splash pad check, and it went to urban business. I'm like, what the heck, that splash pad was, and that's why I went out and talked to them, they both said that when Ed and Laura were talking about that, they just got keyed. Yeah, I'll know, because those three,
Yeah, I caught the arbitrary or whatever the hell I knew.
Yeah.
But then there was like 4.
so the first one was the segregation duties, basically having city manager and finance.
And we went through.
splash pad we just talked about, signers that pay for the West, they were never taken off. So technically, Bank of the West is open, so those are now signers.
Right, we can still have it up on office.
Right, but they're still.
Yes.
So that's fixed.
Yeah, and then the, I'm gonna look up the securities, and then the pledge securities, I knew that.
And then the other one, what I was asking about was
Is that-
like 4
What?
expenditures that council did.
Yeah, the three, yeah, I'm gonna look
I don't know.
at it,
I don't
that's page
see it.
53. Yeah.
I thought they would ask me, like, what are those? They didn't. Then I thought they'd ask,
Because I had to send them.
are we looking okay or not?
And then we talked about things like, I can't wait for you guys to talk about it. As messy as when I started.
Yeah,
those
this is
meetings,
unit Bev.
Probably the majority of that, but I mean, just that when I'm looking through numbers, I'm trying to figure out where those numbers came from and how we got the budget.
I think this should have been done in better shape in terms of our processes and doing things correctly.
Just that certification duties, I mean, just.
I'm hopeful that this budget process this year will be smooth and
Also, there's 6 million more, but we also didn't spend things last year.
a lot of it's salaries.
City carryover.
Yeah, that we didn't spend because we couldn't either buy it, didn't have it, salaries, yeah.
Well, it seems to be carryover, so.
We haven't done it in carryover. So now that we have that, now we'll do it. So now we'll actually do.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have your little basket there. My, what big lifesavers you have.
He's good.
Look at that. Mom?
Yeah, these mamas, yeah, how's your dad? See? How's your dad?
I mean, he's home, I mean, he has a lot of disease, he was in the hospital last week. I think he's the oldest of them.
Yeah, 80,
How old's your mom?
My sister just lives with me now. And she's walking today, my niece, on her daughter's sleep, just for a couple hours, so my sister could go walking so she could or something. He just got really, really lightheaded and, is it emergency, sir? No, they gave him some emergency meds.
Pressure, blood pressure.
Yes, the blood pressure, the blood pressure was very low. And my sister sent it because he took it and I put a little strength, which I have a hard time because my dad, he wasn't having, I was, I kind of like, he would do something like 100 miles or something like that.
Does that put him on?
So he just is not, they're not doing a lot of work.
We do the alarms, we got her one of those tight.
Those little pedal things.
Yeah.
My mom has them too.
You sit in that chair, and since he loves biking, and he gets the circulation.
Yeah, I'll do the joints too.
And I'll keep the joints. As my mother says, motion is motion. And then when she tells me, oh, my son, we got it for 3 days, I didn't go to the gym again, I'm like, Mom, this wise woman tells me that motion is motion. I am 88 years old. Do not think I've done enough in my life. Do not want to make the August 29th wedding. That's the next thing.
Is that when the
Yeah,
day is?
you said, yeah. So she's graduates from grad school in May.
When did you get engaged? Because you was engaged, they never talked about it, they never.
Crazy Christmas. So they're engaged and actually getting married in Laramie. We're not going to have to go to Montana this time or so they're, yeah, so we're in Laramie.
So it'll be 2 weddings within about a year.
Yeah.
Then you're done.
And I'm done, and then I can go to the next phase.
Grandparents.
I know.
They should have said it backwards, grandchildren.
Yes, I know. Yeah. I love Tom's last update. It's good news. Did you get
Yeah,
it?
Family history.
He gets a lot.
Yeah, the new one's not. I'm going to call my sister now.
Okay.
Your mom. One got yesterday. that's a positive.
Yeah. Good, good. And he's in Fort.
Yeah.
What is the name of the facility? Because my husband's daughter works at a facility in Portland, and I'm like, I wonder if it's similar to my mom's, we have a attached place.
He was on our post.
It was?
Just go back and look up. Because Jim and I wanted to see where it went, it's good 3 hours, so,
Oh, yeah.
and then.
Oh, Kirsten, right?
Yes.
Middle of December, we got them moved back to the hospital.
Oh, they did?
His wife went on campus and get back to TI and that. He's had compression sore in his feet from the way his legs work and those kind of things. They have a bit of an infection. So he's going to get that pretty good control. He's back in there.
But this is where he's been the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, when they moved.
Yeah, after they moved him from Fort Collins down.
We were there till 4 o'clock. Larry was Larry.
He was in Rare Farm today, I think.
He started out the same way and then he continued. He started going. I felt like I was reliving when he, Republican caucus, when he was voted out and everything.
Yeah.
And how he was, and things he was saying, I'm like, I want to say, Larry, you spent so much time at the back of our chamber telling Bear and all those guys. I just was very.
It probably is.
Yeah, but he got.
I mean, it was worth it.
Yeah.
I think, Daryl and Jackie.
I think it was good for Daryl
Yeah.
to like really realize.
Correct.
Like all that.
No concern.
Yeah. And then just fill it up and things. Great man. I think, Bob told me he's good around.
Sarah told me.
I don't think he's going to.
Well, he told me
Because now he's kind of been hired for the Senate leadership. And
Your wife, oh, I can. I know. Just talking about it.
Got enough fuel, Bruce?
Almost. We don't take very long.
Man, I made a mess of it for that.
All right. Oh, I'm still waiting.
I know I wrote it down.
All right, do I have a motion to come? Councilmember Patterson.
Move to come out of executive session for Wyoming Statute 16-4-405A 9 and 2 at 8:13 PM.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to come out of executive session at 8:13 PM. Any discussion? Then will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open. Online voting is closed, the motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to the approval of some executive session minutes. Councilwoman Lemon.
Move to approve the executive session minutes of December 2nd, 2025, regular city council meeting as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the executive session minutes of December 2nd, 2025. Were you there, Bruce?
Yes, you
December
will.
2nd.
Oh, I did. Okay, I'm sorry.
Executive sessions.
Oh, okay, gotcha, okay. Any discussion? Lynn, when you're ready, will you open online voting?
Online voting is open.
You missed our very quick. You missed our very quick holiday meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I didn't miss any executive sessions right now.
Online voting is closed, the motion passes with 6 yeas and 1 abstain. The 1 abstain was Vice Mayor Garner.
Okay. Do I have a Councilmember Singer?
The council authorizes the mayor to extend and offer a permanent employment to interim manager Matt Hall.
You moved to.
You, well, I can move to, we can all move to.
You just
I
did.
moved.
Okay.
Second.
If that's necessary.
All right. All right, the motion's been made and seconded to offer the.
Extend an offer
Extend an offer
of permanent employment.
permanent employee to Matt Hall, interim city manager. I'm butchering that, I'm sorry.
We'll get this right.
It's like 12 words and we're struggling.
Hopefully Lynn gets the gist of it. Lynn, when you tell us when you're ready, and we'll do a voice vote on that one.
I did.
Terry did, or Councilmember Patterson, sorry.
Did you like to do the voice?
Yes, please.
Madam Mayor?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Garner?
Yeah.
Councilmember Singer?
Yay.
Councilmember Patterson?
Yay.
Councilmember Ziegler?
Yay.
Councilmember Newman?
Yes.
Councilmember Elliott?
Yay.
My voting is closed, the motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right. Okay, were there any objections for matters discussed in executive session? Okay, seeing that there are none, we will adjourn this meeting at 8:16 p.m. And our following council member will be January 20th, 2026. And I believe we have a work session that night.
Probably.
Yes. Counseling meeting.
Well, thanks to the winter, I don't get my fishing derby this year.
I saw that.
Jerks.
I thought of you at auditor.
Oh, I was so mad when I saw that.
Because you said they were still